Hey guys, this is Steli After with Closeout. Let's talk sales. This morning I had an email from a sales rep that was telling me that she had challenges selling the deposit, the setup fee that her company required new customers to pay before they were able to get into business. She was asking me, Steli, what's the best way to sell a deposit or a setup fee? I find that customers and prospects are offended when I ask them for a few $1,000s as a deposit or a setup fee. Many of them don't want to do it. Many of them are pushing me against, waiving that fee. How do you deal with that? How do you sell that in a way that's not just an expense? And within the question lies the answer, which is you can't sell something if it's just purely an expense. It has to be, in one way or another, valuable to the prospect in order for them to want to buy it. So how do you make a deposit or a setup fee valuable to the prospect? Well, there's differences, right? A deposit, a setup fee, there's many, many different terms to those payments. There are one-time payments for something that usually might be a monthly subscription, or there are one-time payments that don't go directly into purely the utilizing and using the service that the company or the product that the company is providing. But a lot of times they're just seeing an expense. And here's two simple ways on how to turn that around and make it something valuable to your prospect and sell it in a way that they're going to want to buy it. Number one is making your company and your offering, your product, your solution more exclusive through that payment. Utilizing that to brand yourself and position yourself as a premium offering in the market. And what do I mean by that is that a lot of times you can position yourself as a premium offering just by being more expensive. And a setup fee or a deposit can be one way of doing that. The way that you can articulate that is that you can say that there's a lot more demand in the market than we can actually currently supply. There's so many companies that want to work with us. There's so many companies that want to pay us money. We don't want to just increase all costs, but a way for us to weave out the ones that are the right ones from those that are not is to only work with companies that can afford to put down a deposit, for the next few months to secure their spot before we can start working with them. Or only the companies that have the ability and conviction to make an upfront investment in this relationship to ensure. Let me decline this. I was just getting a call. To ensure that they're really serious and they're going to invest in the relationship and they're going to take the training, take the consulting, set up the product, the service, whatever it is, and invest the energy and resources to make this a huge success. So we're only looking for companies that have that level of commitment, right? The other thing is that with a deposit or a setup fee, you can position yourself and say, we're willing to not take your business. We're willing to say no to people. Actually, we're glad to say no to people sometimes because there's so much demand. When you position yourself as the most exclusive, the most premium brand out there, solution out there, and when you position yourself in a way that suggests to the prospect that you're okay with losing their business, a funny thing happens. You make yourself more desirable. Who doesn't want to work with the best? Who doesn't want to work with somebody that tells them, we're so successful that we want your business, but if you go somewhere else, it has zero impact on our lives. We all desire what we can't have. We all desire something that's possibly being taken away from us. And this is the perfect way to do it. Don't hide and don't apologize for a deposit or a prepayment or a setup fee. Make it part of your pitch. Make it part of your branding and positioning. Turn it into something that makes you more exclusive, more premium, and that makes your offering a better offering than anyone else's out there. The second way to do that is to showcase the value that this investment is going to provide. Right? A deposit or a setup fee can be an investment. You can tell them, the reason why we're asking for a deposit or a setup fee is because we've run the experiment and we know that companies that make that kind of an investment are companies that become 3 times more likely to be successful with us. It's an investment on both parts. We're actually just operating on cost. When you set that setup fee covers only the cost of our premium support consulting and services at the beginning of our relationship to make sure that you're going to get 200x more return out of our solution. We're going to utilize that investment. We're going to take that investment from you and fully reinvest it back into you by adding more engineering staff, helping you with integrations, giving you consulting, giving you premium support, whatever it is that you offer them for the setup fee, for whatever it is. You're going to tell them that it's not a cost or an expense, it's an investment. You make this little extra investment in our solution and your return is going to be 4 times higher than if you just buy the solution and pay the monthly price, right? So you look for the value of the setup fee. What is there to be set up? You can tell them, hey, you can go to anyone else and just buy the software and pay every month, and after 2 months realize that you have to make all these integrations work, you have to change your workflow internally, then all of a sudden you have all these challenges, you need their support. You don't get that support because they don't have these resources. They haven't staffed that support. They haven't a dedicated account manager for you. And then you start struggling and you have to start investing your own engineers and your own time and possibly go out there and hire a consultant. And 6 to 9 months later, you've invested thousands and thousands and tens of thousands of dollars, and you've wasted all this time. Instead of doing that with our competitors, why don't you just put down this little investment that's a fraction of what your cost could be over there? You make that investment up front, and within just 6 weeks, you're up and running and you're killing it with our solution. See, now I position everybody else there that doesn't ask for a setup price as someone that will cost them more in the future. It's just a hidden cost versus we expose the cost up front. We make it an investment. We turn it around to an investment. Deposits are another way. A deposit can be a simple thing that you use to say, we have such a flood of demand out there that you have to put down a deposit so we can secure that we're going to service you down the line. We could just say yes to you, and then 3 months down the line when we want to get started, you've already set up your yearly plans, your business model, your projections, everything in your company around working with us and working with our solution, and then we tell you we can't do it because our priorities have changed. That would suck, right? Well, we would never want to do that. And that's how companies work that don't take deposits, because they don't need and want the commitment, and they don't give you the commitment in return. We want to commit to you right now, and we want you to do the same. And the best way to do that is to put down a deposit, which gives both of our sides an economic investment in making this happen. We're going to start staffing. We're going to start investing in this relationship, although it starts a few weeks or a few months down the line, because you've made the investment today and showed that you're committed. No matter what it is, a deposit, a setup fee, a consulting fee, whatever it is, extra fees, extra one-time payments, you need to find a way to turn them from expense into value. The way to do that is by elevating your solution yourself to something that's exclusive and demanded in the market. Set yourself apart from the market. Show that you expose what needs to happen up front, and you turn these hidden costs of your competitors into a positive investment up front. I hope this was helpful. You can subscribe to our YouTube channel if you want more tips like this. You can send me an email to stelly@close.io if you want to chat personally. And go and check out close.io, our sales communication software that's going to help you close more deals and make more sales this year. Stay awesome. Go out there and get them.